This is a situation that happened during Twitchcon to a streamer by the name of Emiru. She is or was, I don't know, I don't keep up with the goings on of streamers. She at least used to be with OTK. I'm assuming she still is. Maybe she's not. And there's a clip here of what happened. So they're at the con, and this absolute creep, this absolute fucking creep just goes in there and tries to kiss her in the mouth. Like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, do you guys see this shit? Do you see how unhinged this shit is? Like, this is absolutely fucking unhinged, bro. Like, what is it? How does it even get to the point where this dude is able to just get in there, skip lines, do all of this, and then go up to the streamer, try to kiss her? And this, by the way, this is not Twitch staff security. This is her own personal security who came in and intervened because Twitch staff did fuck all. As a matter of fact, the news that was being reported by the media, was it yesterday or the day before? I forget. Was Emiru allegedly sexually assaulted. The fuck do you mean allegedly, bro? Allegedly? Allegedly? Allegedly?
Whoa.
Allegedly, people were reporting. I'm like, what the fuck? There's absolutely, this is absolutely disgusting. This is absolutely unacceptable in any location, regardless if it's a convention, regardless if it's a coffee shop in the middle of the fucking street, regardless if it's a streamer, or regardless if it's just a random girl or a random guy. Unacceptable by any stretch of anything, literally. That guy should just straight up go to jail. I'm not even exaggerating. That guy should be on a fucking record. There should be a list. And that guy should be on that list. Ban this motherfucker from going near schools, public schools. The fuck know what this guy is doing out there. This is absolutely insane. This is absolutely asinine. So here's what Emiru had to say about this. Hello everyone, I'm okay and thank you for all the kind messages. Sorry I cannot respond to them all. Yesterday the man who assaulted me was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon and even in front of another creator's meet and greet to grab me and my face to try and kiss me. Fortunately, he wasn't able to, but a lot of people have pointed out it could have been a lot worse. Yeah, it could have. I'm obviously shaken up by what happened, but it's not the first time I've dealt with something like this. But to tell you honestly, I'm a lot more hurt and upset how Twitch handled it during and after the fact. Like I said, I don't understand how he was allowed to make it to me in the first place. Security in the clip who reacts as my own security. It's true that my favorite and usual security guard was banned for holding a stalker's arm to bring him to the police at a past TwitchCon. So I just want people to understand. So her previous security guard, somebody was stalking her, and he grabbed this person by the arm, took them to the police, and he was banned. The person doing Twitch security's job was banned from TwitchCon because he grabbed a stalker by the arm. That's crazy. However, there were at least 3 or 4 other TwitchCon security staff in the area who did not react and let the guy walk away, as you can see in the clip, since they don't even appear in the frame. See, this is one of those situations where you get what you pay for, and obviously, our man, what's his name, Dan Clancy. Our man Dan Clancy ain't really spending that much money on security, so you get what you pay for. Okay, you pay $5 for security. Guess what? You're gonna get $5 worth of security people, which is why those people just did not. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. The woman who is walking me away is my own personal manager, and behind the booth, the only 2 people who were checking on me and comforting me were her and my friend. None of the TwitchCon staff came to ask what happened or if I was okay. My friend who was present told me Twitch security were also behind the booth afterwards, joking about how they didn't even see what happened and immediately laughing and moving on to talk about something else, as if this is not something serious. So if no one was checking if I was okay or if I needed anything and they let the guy run away initially, I have no idea what anyone hired to keep the event safe was doing, lol. In Twitch's statement, they said that the guy was immediately caught and detained. I'm sorry, that was a blatant lie. He was allowed to walk away from my meet and greet, and I didn't hear he was caught until hours after he attacked me. And it felt like this only happened because of my manager pressing for it, not because TwitchCon staff present thought it was a big deal. I have a lot more I want to say, and I'll straight on stream later today instead of writing a book on here. Thank you guys again. Sorry you all had to see that. This is definitely my last TwitchCon, and it saddens me to say, as a 10-year off and on attendee of TwitchCon, I think other creators should seriously consider not attending in the future. I did not feel cared for or protected, even bringing my own security and staff. I can't imagine how creators without those options would feel. Stay safe, y'all. Everything is going to be okay. This is absolutely asinine. This is completely unacceptable. I have no idea what the fuck Twitch is doing. This is not a safe environment because you guys have to keep in mind, Emiru is like a super high profile streamer. I believe she's probably one of the biggest streamers on the goddamn website. At least one of the biggest American streamers, because obviously when you start going to other nations, like there's some nations out there, like I think particularly Spanish-speaking streamers, they're just like giga huge. But yeah, Emiru is one of the bigger personalities in the website, and this was allowed to happen to her. Now imagine, you know, other streamers that are getting like, I don't even know how many concurrents we have right now on Twitch because I'm not watching the numbers. Let's see, like we have on Twitch is like 34 people watching us on Twitch. On YouTube we have like 300 people. But let's say your standard 200 viewer Andy, like you think they're gonna give a fuck about what happens to those people? Imagine like another female streamer that's only like a 200 streamer Andy getting assaulted, nobody even knows. How many of these cases are even happening right now at TwitchCon where there's like 200 viewer streamers that are getting assaulted? And you guys might think, oh, this doesn't happen that much. It's not that bad. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a story. And I'm not going to say any names of the people involved, even though those of you who've been with me long enough will likely be able to recognize the people involved in this particular situation. This was several years ago. It was at BlizzCon. But basically, I was there with a bunch of friends. You guys might be aware, back in Squadron days, all of that. And one of the people there was also a female, is also a female, and she was there with us. And apparently there was like this big donator from her stream. He shows up at this bar. We're doing like this after party thing where there was also like a meet and greet for Squadron and whatnot. And this was one of the most uncomfortable things that I had to do in my life, which is just like this big donator dude shows up there, asks her to sit on his lap, and she does so. And it's like, me and a couple of my friends were about to intervene. It was like, hey, what the fuck did it? And she was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. So this is a culture that in a certain way is kind of like fomented in Twitch. It was so weird to me. And again, I don't want to talk too much about that because I don't know how much the people involved want to talk about it. It's none of my business nowadays, and it happened like so long ago. But it's just fucking weird, bro. Like, it doesn't matter if you're like the biggest donator of a female streamer. You don't just ask her to sit on your lap. That's weird. That's fucking weird, dude. She was the one pushing us off because I was like, no, that's not fucking cool, dude. It's fucking weird. It's weird, dude. It's fucking weird. People are fucking weird, bro. Like, I understand parasocial relationships and all of that, but it's fucking weird, dude. It's just one of those situations, man, that this should have never been allowed to happen. It's absolutely asinine that this has happened. It's absolutely asinine, the Twitch reaction. There was a clip. Let me see if I can actually find that. There was a clip I even posted about this. Yeah, it's this one. Like, look at this. So apparently there's this interview that Taylor Lorenz was doing with Dan Clancy. And this interview will be coming out full like on Wednesday or whatever. But like, let's have a wee bit of a listen in on this, shall we?
And others. Obviously, we saw one Twitch streamer yesterday, Emiru, get assaulted by a male fan. And a lot of streamers have, especially female streamers, have talked about, you know, the danger that they feel from these sort of toxic, I guess, parasocial kind of creeps. What are you guys doing to prioritize safety? Because I know also a bunch of Twitch content creators said that they were too scared to even come to TwitchCon this year, just in case something like what happened yesterday would happen.
The safety of our creators is the top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge.
Sure as hell doesn't seem like it, Dan Clancy. There's a bunch of people already saying that they didn't feel comfortable about shit that has happened in previous TwitchCons, and you're over here saying this is our top priority.
In today's society, it's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society.
It's not limited to Twitch. It's not our problem. Oh, by the way, I forgot to swap to this. Here we go. It's not limited to Twitch. It's not our problem. Not us. He's copying your style. Yeah, dude likes Outback hats. I can't blame him for having good taste in hats.
I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people,
when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people. So wait, what?
Can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there. Okay, it's very,
you can make it so that those people aren't there.
Different, you know, when I use other short form content and people say all sorts of stuff, well, I can't stop.
It's her fault, obviously. Everybody can tell it's Emiru's fault. She should have absolutely have a better handle on the people that go to her stream. This is not a failure of Twitch security at all.
That. But when I live stream, they basically don't bother me. Now, what happened yesterday obviously was something that we care deeply about, securing this environment. You know, we're looking very closely at everything that happened there, and I care deeply.
Yeah, allegedly sexual assaulted.
About Emmy. She's a friend of mine, and so I want to see how we can support her. This is just something we have to...
We want to see how we can support her. Nobody checked in on her after she got sexually assaulted. Not a single person from Twitch staff checked in on her after she got sexually assaulted. Are you joking? We care deeply about this. She wrote it on the Twitter. She wrote it on her tweet. It's like, not a single person from Twitch staff came to check in on me.
This is just something we have to keep working on. I think everyone identifies our tools in terms of trust and safety as the leaders in the industry about helping creators, but that means there's always more work to be done because that's the world we live in now.
Demi had posted earlier today that I guess this fan was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon. Why should streamers trust Twitch to keep them safe at TwitchCon? Because I feel like simultaneously this has been such a secure event to the point that even like journalists have had struggled. Like, you know, it is very secure, but here's this man that just walks up and is somehow able to bypass all these things. So why should they trust the platform when slip-ups or, you know, issues like this have happened?
Well, I mean, as you know, I think you toured some of what we do in terms of security. The reality is, even as you do a lot in terms of security in today's world, there are challenges that can present themselves, especially when someone is putting themselves out there, right? And so, you know, we try to work very closely with each creator about what they want to do and what works for them, right? So I don't want to get into any, you know, specific.
Yeah, like putting them under contract where they have to do a meet and greet to be considered the featured creator of TwitchCon. Because yes, she was under contract. She had to do that meet and greet. It was not an optional thing.
Specifics or details, but part of that is working with creators and, you know, trying to find them. Right now, we're definitely, you know, ramping it up to make sure creators know that we have the resources there to help them figure out what's right for them.
Yeah, right. Bro's full of shit. This is why the thing that I mentioned in regards to this is like, Emiru gets sexually assaulted. Twitch CEO, guess you should have controlled her community better. There you go. That's how you get it done. Just like, why don't you just control your community better? Just sort it out. Like, what the fuck?